Okay, so
Listen.
we're all here, right? Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Hail, hail, the gang's all here.
Remember how before we went on break I said this is the awkward part because nobody knows who they are and who they want to be yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's the part where I put you on the spot. So what you all are going to do collectively is I need to know a little bit about you so we can go one by one talking like this is my character, etc., etc. How did you meet everybody? Like not necessarily what your intentions are, but like how did this whole ragtag bunch of like criminals and a paladin come to be? Like how did you guys get together in Icewind Dale? So
She's our author. Figured out soon. Role building takes no time. She should be able to handle all this.
2 seconds.
Well, maybe Sue can give us relationships like after we've all kind of decided who we're gonna be.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Once everyone starts talking about themselves, we'll kind of get an idea, because that's what characters normally do. Is they normally kind of tell their own story. So
I like it. Let everybody else do the hard work and it'll all fall into place. That's my style. I like you already.
Do you just want to go in order from this?
Start us off, Britt.
I didn't pick a character name because I hadn't got there yet, so I'll figure one out later and tell you what my name is when I decide it. But I'm an Eladrin elf that is basically my elf changes as the seasons go, so I look different in every season. So since we're in a winter landscape, I'm gonna look like an ice elf, which is pretty cool. And then my background is a noble, and I think that's all I have decided so far. I speak Celestial, Common, and Elvish, and I am proficient with dragon chess and a lute. That's it. That's me.
That's me.
So, Brita.
Okay. My name is Anitra, and I am a tree elf. No, wood elf. Wood elf?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my half sister is Lee. We share a mother, so we were raised together, and we don't really differentiate between the whole half, even though we're different races. So, and we are nobility, but we try not to like think that we're higher than other people. You know, it's that the powers that be have given us this position in life so that we can help others. What else do you guys need to know about me? I speak Druidic, and where are my other languages? I forget the other language I chose, and I don't know where it is on my sheet.
All the way bottom left corner of your character sheet, Brita. It says languages.
Oh, yeah, okay, and I guess I speak Celestial, so, as well. My tools include a dice set and an herbalism kit, which I'm sure are going to be extremely helpful in some way.
Thorflo says, what is your character's love language?
Clearly, my character's love language is words of affirmation.
Perfect.
She likes to use her words to compliment other people so that everyone can feel good about themselves.
How do you put the video on? Oh, sorry.
Can I go next since Brita like kind of did half of mine?
Oh yeah, sorry. I wanted to go.
I love it.
Relationship. So we already got that down.
She looks like she's totally forgot that you took away half of the hard work for her.
No, because my character's way more complicated than hers.
Yeah, so I just kind of introduced her character and our like sisterhood. So
yes.
My
my character, I am Aurora Spitfire, but you can call me Rory. And I am a
That
Genesee.
is so
And you can so I am a fire Genesee druid. So that means that I had a fire, like a father figure who is a genie from the fire plane, fire elemental plane. I can't even talk today. Hold on, I gotta consult my notes.
Oh.
So basically what happened is I'm the oldest of my mother, who is also Brida's mother. And genies, generally speaking, like they come down and they like, you know, have like a love affair, but then they don't want kids, so they kind of like forget about them. So I was a mistake basically. And I was raised with Brida character. What is it? Anita? Not Anita. You said it.
Anitra.
Anitra. Close. I gotta write this down.
You don't know your own sister's name, bro?
I need to write.
Listen.
Oh,
Relax. Oh, my character is like reddish skin, fire for hair, and my eyes tend to, when I get doff or you know my emotions run high, which happens often because I'm kind of a hothead. Mute yourself. That I'm not echoing. My hair goes a little wild with the fire, and there's like flames in my eyes, which is really cool. And I also have a tattoo of a phoenix on my wrist. Yes.
Ooh.
And yeah, I don't know. I forget what else we're supposed to say, but yeah.
I mean, you gave way more information than I did, so you're doing
Oh,
great.
and I'm also an owl bear whisperer. So I can like, you know, sort of make owl bear creatures my friend. And then they can be my companion.
I did not go that deep. I'm not prepared now.
So she chose to divulge just one of the secrets. So
That was a secret.
That's an interesting choice. Cool choice though. Like I was surprised they wrote that in to the campaign. Okay, so who's next?
So Britt and then Mike.
Here we go.
I feel unprepared for this. I didn't know we were doing backgrounds tonight. You want to go?
Sure. Yes. My character's name is Korg, the Great Claw. I'm a giant barbarian, or I guess Goliath barbarian. I'm 7'8". I like to fight. I like to rage out. Completely take all the damage for the team. I came from a tribe, a barbarian tribe, and I'm one of the last survivors of it. They all got wiped out by something. Maybe we can work that in, Sue. And so I've become sort of like a nomad, lone survivor of that. And I'm constantly hunting down who killed my tribe. The nickname Great Claw comes from one of my many feats that I did with my tribe. I killed a giant bear called Great Claw.
Ooh.
And I tattooed his bear claws on my hand.
Yeah.
I'm ready to wreck some face.
Are you sure
Can you
that
tell
that's where
Mike
the
to
nickname
grab
for Great Claw
the
came
phone?
from?
That and Brandon. If he's here, what's up, Great Claw? Woo.
I was about to say. I think that we should change Mike's nickname to Barb.
To Barb.
Barb.
Maybe you can call him that after your first night of drinking.
All right, Britt, you're up. Let's roll.
Okay, well, my name is Ren because Micah named me today. I am a tiefling rogue. I am a criminal. I am chaotic neutral because chaotic evil makes people in real life start wondering if you're a psycho. So we'll stick with chaotic neutral. I I lost my thing on my page where it shows like your background because I wrote some of the stuff in.
Description.
Thank you. Okie dokie. Okay, slow to trust. Thinks that the fairest often have the most to hide. Greedy will do whatever it takes to become wealthy. And then on bonds, something important was taken from me, and I aim to steal it back.
Ooh.
That's as far as we've gotten.
What's your flaw?
The whole thing.
The fact that she was trying to convince people that she's not psychotic by sounding psychotic. That's the flaw, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't finish filling it out. I'll have to work on my character more.
What?
Next would be James and Sue.
James, do you want to go or?
No, you can go. And we don't know our secret.
We may not have a secret.
Uh-huh.
The panic that flashed through his eyes when I asked if he wanted to go first was so real. But okay, so I am Denna. I'm a half elf ranger. I am a spy, like Brit's character Ren, and I'm also chaotic neutral. I can speak Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Goblin. And that is it. That's all I want to share at present. I will say that. Is that enough?
Yes.
It's my turn. Who am I? Oh, wait. Okay. I don't know a name yet. I'm thinking about either two or peace, but we'll get to that point. I am a human variant. I am a paladin. My background is sage, and looks. I'm black. I have black hair, brown skin.
Do you have a name?
Don't have a name yet. I speak Celestial, Common, Draconic, and Goblin. And yeah, I'm just here to spread the good word.
Just here to spread the good word.
So
We're gonna get along really well.
What's your alignment?
Oh, my alignment. Where did I find that?
Oh.
Where is that? I am looking on the sheet. The weapons, armor. What is my alignment? I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot to say my alignment too. My alignment's wreck face.
Wait, can you scroll?
Hi, Bill.
Description. Oh, here we go.
Oh, you didn't choose an alignment.
I did not yet. I thought it did.
Maybe that was the first time.
Oh, but it was what was it?
You were
Lawful neutral. Yeah, lawful neutral. That's it. Lawful neutral.
I picked my name. It's Kalani.
Okay.
It means of the sky.
Kalani?
Kalani.
You gotta get a name. But yeah, that's it for me.
All right,
It's okay.
James, when you pick a name, let us know because I'm gonna write it down next to the rest of your information.
For right now, just go as peace.
Oh,
Peace.
no.
I love that. That's awesome.
For a paladin,
Is
that's
it-
awesome.
Hell yeah.
I mean that.
It's
Hold on,
peace.
that is pretty cool though. Like peace be with you. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of cool. I like that double entendre.
My boy,
Yeah.
peace always be with me.
Dude, that's actually pretty good.
I love that.
Oh my
Is
So
it-
how did we
Michael
end
already?
up together?
Yeah, Sue, how did we end up together, friend?
Wait, Mario didn't go.
Mario
Oh
hasn't
yeah,
done it.
forgot about Mario.
How
He's
ca-
so small.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
So short.
Now it's gonna start, guys.
Tactical out, man. Come on.
Man. What can I tell you about my character? A folk legend hailing from the far, far land of Bristolia. Albus Connery. Albus was named after the two most powerful wizards of all time, Albus Dumbledore and Sean Connery. He's got a license to thrill, and he's not afraid to use it. He is fluent in the languages of Draconic and Minotaur. He's 3'2", but he's here for you, Albus Connery. It's gonna be a good time. He's a handsome, dashing, little Scottish gnome wizard that can cast spells better than Severus Snape. Happy birthday, by the way. And I don't know. And I've been traveling. He's been traveling these lands for a very long time, and he just ran into you guys somehow. And he's like, "These guys are cool. I think I'll hang out with them for a bit." And that's all I got for you for now.
I'm just saying, small guy, big personality.
Let's go.
Yeah, part of me was expecting like a whole like Albus McLeod type thing.
Oh
but...
no. Half Dumbledore, half 007.
One of those is wrong.
What is wrong?
So great.
Thank you.
Come in.
How do you come back from that? That's the question.
Yeah, how do you follow Albus Connery?
Good luck.
I think we're done. Like, I think it's over now.
Question mark, Bob?
Yeah. Mario just won the game. The end.
I'm the only one coming
You're-
back next week.
You're DM now? Question
Like, we won. That's how you win the game, right?
Congrats.
Tell the best backstory.
All right.
Rolled
Is
a
Sue
nat
gonna tie
20.
us in?
Well, okay. So we've got our paladin who's just here to spread the good word. But the paladin is traveling with 3 elves, two of them are together. Giant barbarian. I feel like Korg, Greatclaw, and Albus Connery are probably friends.
They feel like they know each other.
I think they know each other. I think that Mike's mission probably appeals to Albus. Because Mike is trying to find out what happened to his family. And it seems like they would go well together. The really big giant barbarian who fights and takes damage for other people, and the gnome wizard folk legend who seems to be kind of a jokester.
Oh, do we have any art friends that could draw some of these characters out for us?
Okay.
Yes.
I think we
Please,
do.
Can we get this out? Oh my god, we got to.
I can work on it.
I think that I don't know. So Britt
I
and
can still hear you, by the way.
Who can you still hear?
Oh, stickers.
I was just letting you know I
Okay.
can still hear you, by the way. I'm fixing something.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Britt and I are both criminal background, both chaotic neutral. I think we have similar personality types, even though we're different races and classes.
Maybe you guys are kind of friendly. Maybe we all met at the bar.
We probably at least knew each other. Maybe we worked together a few jobs in the
I
past.
feel like
but,
we've maybe worked
we would
together,
both know.
or maybe we've both tried to steal the same thing before, probably.
Or maybe you're part of the thieves type guild or something.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys could be
Maybe
part
not
of
a
the
guild,
same
but-
guild, like the same like criminal organization, and always go on jobs together.
That would be cute.
Where your current job, whatever this is.
Yeah, that could work. Britt, what do you think about that?
Do we know what we're doing yet?
Nope.
Like, Sticker, are you telling us that?
Steph wants us to dance on the table and sing songs in the pub together.
You will not currently know what you're doing just yet.
So we're all there together already, right? This isn't like a adventure that's gonna throw us together. So we're all already there on purpose together.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so we have 3 noble elves, and we've got a bunch of like muscle and thief criminal types and a paladin. So I think the elves are on some kind of, I don't know, mission, and they probably hired the rest of us to come with them. The paladin is probably part of whatever group the elves are from. I don't know. I don't know.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that makes
Maybe we
sense.
were all
Like
just
working
getting
with
drunk
them.
at the
Sue
pub
and I are
together.
there. Sue and I are there as like necessity. I don't think we
Yeah.
would be like the people you guys would particularly choose to hang out with, but
Well,
our skills may be necessary.
I think our skills are necessary. We're both criminal/spy, so maybe they need us. Maybe they need to get somewhere or get something.
They're the highest bidder.
Maybe they're gonna be there to, I don't know, be a distraction, and Britt and I are supposed to
No, my bad.
do something.
Yeah. And I, as the paladin, was called to, the group for whatever reason, and so, yeah, I think
What reason?
that's the thing. Like, his background is he's a sage and stuff, but he's always had a mission.
Okay, so the question is, Lady Brittany, Brita, and Lee, you
Why
know
are we in the
your
pub?
you know yourselves. So what mission would the 3 of you work together?
I have
do?
one. So my ultimate goal is to actually be able to shapeshift into a phoenix. So maybe we are on a mission to further our druidic or otherwise like elfish knowledge, help get to that goal.
Yeah, that actually works. Like, if we're just trying to strengthen our magical abilities as elves, and then we could each have a reason for wanting to strengthen our abilities. So yours is to shapeshift. Mine would be that I want to better help the people in our society, because I chose a lot of
Okay,
options
so this
where I care about the common people.
So this is a dangerous mission because you have hired a giant barbarian and 2 criminals to come with you. So it seems like there needs to be a really, really compelling reason for you guys to do this, other than this is what you want.
When you're rich, you kind of just throw money around, don't you? So like, we anticipate going into dangerous areas, so we hired some muscle and some brawn and some brains.
Also, as elves, we have a different perspective on life and choices because we have such a long lifespan. So could be
What
why
does that
we're
mean,
not
though?
as
Like, in regards to, because it has to be appealing to the rest of us as well. Like, it has to be something that we would be drawn to.
And it has to be something like, I feel like my character probably wouldn't have a hugely long attention span for a long-term job without an end in sight.
Yeah.
So it would have to be, we have a clear goal. We're working together for this one thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to come up with a backstory for why we're all working together without knowing the campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
this is us knowing our own characters and figuring out how they fit together. This is regardless of the campaign.
Because
So this is-
here's the thing. Like, you have a paladin, you have a couple of elves. Basically, one way you could spin it was like the paladin was on some kind of like a holy pilgrimage, maybe came across the elves on the mainland. Paladins are very of the mind that they do things for like the greater good, so maybe there was conflict in like the elves' homeland, and that's why you guys are pursuing this kind of like phoenix power slash something like that, you know what I mean? Something back home
Maybe-
that's bad tying
maybe
you
we-
together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that will help combat whatever destroyed Mike's village, his homeland.
Yeah, so Goliaths don't really have a want for money. So my dude would probably be interested.
We're so different.
Yeah, I know, right? My dude would probably be interested if you told me that this would help me figure out what happened to my tribe. You guys like have could be true or false. If you need a big Goliath, you could tell me that this mission involves taking out, you know, whatever killed my tribe.
Well, the good thing is you're Goliath, and never, excuse me, Icewind Dale is the home of the Goliaths, right? So, what I can tell you of the story is your people do have a great plight in this story. There's like an overlaying, like Goliaths are in danger type thing. So, we can run with that with the promise that the paladin and the elves were like, hey, you help us. Eventually our paths are going to converge to where in order for us to get what we want, you get what you want. You have to get what you want.
Sweet.
So I mean, we definitely can do that. So we'll tie it in together like that.
Okay.
As far as everything else, I don't know
Mario's
where
just along for the ride.
I don't know where the 3-foot powerhouse comes in, man. I'm just
I'm like I said, I've been on the road for a while. I kind of stumbled in, ran into all you guys.
Could you?
Good night.
Good night, Lady Brittany's parents.
Goodbye, Mom and
Hi,
Dad.
Lady Brady's parents. Mario, you could kind of be like Bilbo, you know, from your favorite movie, Lord of the Rings. But he just likes the journey and like experience adventure, and you just kind of like stumble across this pretty sweet quest to find some phoenix.
I mean, I will tell you though, there's more to Albus than meets the eye. I'm telling you. That's all I'll say.
okay.
Okay, so I think
So you're saying
uh,
very
they
small.
didn't just stumble?
Okay, so Leah and I come from a matriarchal society, so which is why we both have this. We have the same last name, which comes from our shared mother. And so, what if, like, one of like her driving reason to become a shapeshifter phoenix is that what you are, Leah?
Yeah, that's what I want to be.
Okay, so we are facing a threat from a different elven society that is patriarchal, and they are upset with our way of life, and they are trying to take over. And we need to have stronger magic because we don't have enough, I guess, strong elves in our society to protect us in our way of life.
Okay.
Could we maybe simplify it? Instead of making it like
Rather than-
matriarchal versus patriarchal, just there is an outside group threatening your group.
How about if we
So-
tie it all together and we say that Mike, whatever is threatened Mike's village or whatever took his village down is coming for us next, and now we all need to band
Ooh,
together.
they're just like a conquering society.
Or a force of some sort.
Thinking of this reference.
Yeah, we don't need a name.
Yeah.
You just like you
Yeah,
just have
exactly.
a force. Yeah, you just
Make
have
it
a force that's
ambiguous
like.
would probably tie it in better with everything.
Yeah, agreed.
So
agreed.
Mike's entire tribe got like wiped out, and he doesn't know what it was. Did the same thing happen to yours?
It's starting to, I think.
It's-
Maybe that. Like
Beginning
the
signs
beginning
are-
signs are happening.
Early signs
So
of destruction and takeover are
So
happening,
maybe-
and we're
so-
trying to stop it.
So maybe you've heard legends from sailors off of the Sword Coast about happenings related to Icewind Dale, and you kind of see some of those same patterns kind of happening in your homeland, and that's what brought you to Icewind Dale. Makes total sense.
Okay, and then maybe for Brit, they're gonna pay you like you've been hired to join up, and help them with I don't know what something, but you're also here because something has been taken from you, and you think you're gonna find it here because that was one of your personality things.
yeah.
So you're using the group maybe a little bit, but you're also part of it. So you're here, it's convenient for you, and also you're going to get paid to do whatever these rich lady elves want you to do.
Sounds like a character Brit would play.
Sounds like a character I would
Okay, Loki.
For sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm helpful, but only to the point that it's
Convenient for you.
helpful to me.
Like if it comes between doing the thing that you got hired to do and stealing back the thing that you want to steal back, you're going to steal back the thing that you want to steal back. Like,
Yep.
Like the Tesseract.
Britt is using you to get what she wants, is what Overflow said.
You said that. Now I have Veteran of the Psychic War stuck in my head because I went heavy metal with that.
Cool.
awesome. And I think I would be in the group for a similar reason. Maybe my ranger skills are something that the elves think they're going to need. So
Needed to
Brit-
track. You need to track this thread down.
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
There you
Awesome.
go. Done.
Awesome. That's a pretty compelling story to tie things together.
Yeah.
Good work,
Well
guys.
done. Well done.
Very good.
Wait, did we tie Lady
It's our
Brit
first death.
in? Is Lady Brit fully in the story?
It's part of the elves.
Okay, I didn't know if you guys were from the same like elf town.
We can't be
Same town? Same
Well,
same
I mean,
group of people?
do you have something in mind?
Well, so I rolled for all of my stuff and didn't actually read it. I just clicked whatever number I had that I rolled. So I never actually read them. So
Okay.
I can read them to you.
I mean, sure.
So my personality trait is that my eloquent flattery makes everyone I talk to feel like the most wonderful and important person in the world,
Oh.
which works for being a bard. I have noble obligation. It is my duty to protect and care for the people beneath me. Nothing is more important than the other members of my family, which would, I assume, extends to like my party group, because if I'm traveling along with you, at some point y'all are going to be considered family.
Mhm.
And then my flaw, are y'all ready for this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, the world does revolve around me.
That's my flaw too.
High
Well,
five.
we've got a couple of narcissists. All right.
Hooray.
Hey.
It's fine.
Maybe Lady Brett, maybe you are a
Fine.
neighboring tribe that has banded with us.
It's fine.
Oh yeah, that makes sense because the threat is it would affect all of
It's
us.
regional, so yeah.
That works.
Okay. Well. Good work. So
Yay.
Ooh, I found my background.
I know who I am. All right. So now we're gonna kick things off. Icewind Dale has become trapped in perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous, and this land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 2 years.
Oof.
In fact, the sun is no longer appearing in the sky above the mountains, not even in what should be the height of the summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign. As king and queen, most Dale residents blame Arul, the Frostmaiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aura that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doom. A potent spell that keeps the sun at bay, not lays keep. Dale folk living in scattered settlements known as the 10 Towns. The drop-off and caravans coming from the south and travel between the settlements in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frost Maiden with sacrifices of one kind or another, no respite from winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourselves, 10 Towns is a place to test one's mettle, and in the spirit of heroes who have come before, Leave one's mark on the frigid, blighted land. So,
Yo.
you rolled a 10, right, Britt? Is that what you rolled? 10, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got the backdrop of everything.
Nice.
Perpetual winter in Icewind Dale because of the Frostmaiden. That's the overlying arc of things. You find yourselves in a tavern in one of the 10 towns. Howling wind all around you, bitter cold, foul temperatures, snow drifts big enough to bury, some of your party companions. I'm not going to name names. I'm not gonna
Mario.
do like that. Mario.
Albus.
That's not quite nice.
I'll
No.
kill you on my.
Ah, thank you, old boy.
So you guys are in this tavern because you've received a quest from a man by the name of Trollbane, who's a retired bounty hunter, and he's been stalking a serial killer ever since he's found out the connection between the murders and a small trading company called Torg's Hillen, and he's hired you to go find the serial killer to kind of see what's going on and what's going out. So that's kind of
Name of
where
the-
we're at right now, setting wise. What's that?
What was the name of the? Did you say a town that the serial killer was in? What did you say?
Nope.
That's
You're
hilarious.
just in the encampment of the towns called 10 Towns. For right
what
now.
was the
just
info on?
seven.
What's
So
the info on
there
Trollbane?
is- Okay, so you're tasked with finding a serial killer, and the serial killer's been pretty much knocking down caravans coming through the 10 towns. It's called Torg's Hillen. That's the trading company that's been getting mutilated by this cold-hearted killer.
Okay,
Right, so we're in a tavern.
Okay.
we're in a tavern.
Are we all together? Are we sitting together? Or
Yeah, we're all just drinking and dancing on
Yep.
tables together.
I don't drink.
Well,
I'm not
Oh,
surprised.
we have a balance.
you're eating then.
I'm reading a nice little book that has research.
Our DD.
Oh my gosh.
Research is a prayer book. You're not fooling anybody.
he's a DD.
It's not research, it's a prayer book, you're not. Okay. So are you guys sitting together, you're having drinks, chattering, kind of, like we finally made it to Icewind Dale. We're in the 10 towns, like what's that look like interaction wise? What are you guys doing?
Let's see. Well, I just came back from the bathroom. Can somebody help me back onto my stool, please?
Mom's over here
Assume
telling me to
that
sit
elves
down.
are
Shut up.
sitting
Nothing. I don't know what
together.
mom's telling me to do, but I'm scared.
The man's at cats. Sorry.
Are the elves the type to talk to the help, or are they sitting separately?
Like, I would sit with you guys.
I would too.
With the other elves.
Lee,
I don't.
well, you're half elf.
Yeah, I'm a half.
Yeah.
Well, I'm half genie.
Oh, it's kind of like a you can't sit with us situation.
I think it's a you can't sit.
But
with
I
us.
also have a bit of a temper, so like I think that drinking would probably make that temper worse. So Brita is probably Anitra is probably the type to have a wary eye on me because she knows that my drinking tends to get me in trouble.
I would probably be buying you drinks then. See what happens.
There.
Because I don't really trust you, and I think that if I get you to drink some more, then we'll see what happens.
I will be standing off looking outside.
Are you brooding or are you just
No.
looking outside?
I'm looking outside with my mindset on the mission and what we're here to do, and trying to, I guess, meditate on the mission basically, and everyone else there is just trying to get information. But Nothing has
standing
changed.
apart.
Yeah, I'm standing apart. Nothing has changed in regards to my mind. I'm here to help everyone, but I'm steadfast in regards to what we need to do.
Is the guy who hired us, is he here?
He is. He's at the bar, staring at you.
So he's hired us to do this task.
He has hired you to perform the task. He's waiting at the bar, kind of looking around, not nervously, but not quite knowing if the party that he's looking at is the party he's hired, because he hasn't seen you. He's only heard of you guys from passing stories of sword spells from the Sword Coast. So do with that what you will.
Are there lots of other people here too?
So since it's snowy and the weather is as bad as it is, there's a few other people in the tavern. Not too many, probably about 3 or 4 more. Not including your party. So it's pretty dead in the cavern or in the tavern.
So since
Do we know the appearance of the guy who hired us?
You know vague details of the appearance of the gentleman that hired you. You know about his height and in what race he is.
Okay.
And
gonna
do
be
we
our
have
point
a set
person.
meeting time yet?
What's that?
I said, do we have a set meeting time yet? Like with him?
There's no set meeting time. He said when you come into the 10 towns, you'll know where I am. And you'll know exactly who I am because I'll stick out.
All right, so who's gonna be our point person? Who's got a lot of charisma?
That would be me, I assume, probably. As the bar.
You a good talker?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty
She did
sure.
say she
Alright.
was a good talker.
I've got
All
persuasion.
right, so if you're a good talker, go over and talk to that guy.
Yeah, I will go
You gotta talk him into a good price.
for all of the information he has on the serial killer, as well as what our price will be for completing the mission.
You get some good hard cash for that.
What's your charisma, Brittany?
18.
Does anybody have 16? Charisma? 14?
Well, 18's the highest. Like, the only
I know, but I'm saying, I feel like there would be somebody else just walking with them because as a group, I don't know if everybody trusts everybody. And so
Yeah,
I don't
have a
think,
good-
yeah, so I feel like it would be maybe, so Brittany's there representing the elves, and I feel like somebody else, whether it's one of the spies with the background, or I wouldn't say the
Does
giant.
anyone have insight?
Didn't we determine that basically the elves have hired the rest of everybody?
I'm at like what,
Is that
17?
not what we determined?
Mario can go with you. Yeah, we kind of determined that, but you probably should have a guy with you because you never know in these rough and tough
Guys could be creepy.
pub areas.
I think what she's
You
trying
know,
to
the
kindly say is the
3'2".
least threatening person in the party should go.
Yes, because this man is already nervous. We don't need him to like run off without giving us our gold, okay?
Am I the least threatening looking person in the party? Cool.
No, Mario is though.
Mario.
Sorry, Albus. Albus is 3'2".
Yeah, it's Mario.
I just imagine somebody picking him up by the head. Like, I'm assuming he has hair. Like, just picking him up by the head and, like, dropping him in a snowbank or something.
He weighs 120 pounds though, so.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're dense.
Right,
Yeah.
nobody cares
Alright,
if we see
never
you
mind.
eat. You're allowed to eat. Just eat. Stop being weird about it.
Right.
We all know you're eating. I don't know why you're trying to hide it.
She's like off camera, like,
Like your parents, you're allowed to eat sometimes, you know?
you're human.
False.
All right, I'll be your wingman.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if you are a parent, you know you can't eat. With kids around.
Hey, short
No,
stack.
no
Make sure
problem.
they throw in ale.
Okay, so I walk up there and I ask the dude all the things I said. Like, I would like as much information as possible about the task we have to perform, anything he can tell us about where it is.
Introduce yourself.
No, because he hired us.
And
Yeah, but he
You
doesn't
know
know who
you're
you are.
you.
and he kind of looks at you and he says, might have we forgotten manners? Who are you again?
What's my name? Kalani. And I don't know, did we determine a group name for our band of wildness?
Did not.
I don't think we would have a name for ourselves because we're just kind of working together temporarily.
Okay. Well, I'm Kalani, and I can tell them everybody I have with me. Okay, and then I've got Peace and Anitra and Cord and Ren and Rory and Albus and myself, Kalani.
Can we all change our nicknames to our actual nicknames
Where?
On
on Discord?
Uh,
Discord?
Yeah, I can do that.
Because I think that might make it easier.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay, so I've introduced everybody and our group that he hired.
Okay, and then he just kind of looks at you and he says, "What proof have you brought that you are who you say you are? You've come to me with names, but a spy could have intercepted messages I've sent you."
A couple of us have identifying tattoos. Did we tell him about our, like, very specific tattoos?
Yeah, on the giant.
Yeah, hold
we
up
have
my
Great
hand.
Claw, holding up Great Claw's hand, and Phoenix tattoo from
Does he not know about my height?
Rory.
I haven't seen you yet.
I feel like we can give him a long list of identifying features.
Okay. So he looks back at you and he says, "Okay." He's like, "My name's Seth Caltro." He's like, "I was working for a small merchant company called Torgs when we were attacked." He goes into detail, lets you know that he had a mercenary trail of like 6 people. There were 6 people with him, not including himself. So the total party was 7. And he also says the only things that I can really tell you about who I suspect that this killer is that his victims come from only 3 towns that sacrifice people to the Frostmaiden on nights of noon. He said I was following Torg and company for 10 days. It moved from town to town. And what struck him was how comfortable certain individuals looked in the weather. No coat, no scarf, no gloves. And he says that's the only information that I have. He said I tried to grab him, and he was so cold that it had burnt my hand and I couldn't keep a grasp of him. He said I believed it was the kiss of the Frostmaiden. Then he lets you know that he's going to pay each of you 100 gold pieces if you apprehend him. If you apprehend the individual, 100 gold pieces apiece. If you apprehend him, and 50 if you bring him back dead.
100 if we apprehend him without killing him.
Do we?
Yes.
And 50 a piece if we do kill him.
Yes.
Is it 100 a piece if we bring him back?
Yes, it's 100 per party member if you bring him back alive. He wants to question him about the Frostmaiden.
So obviously we need to bring
Are
this
we?
guy back
We're not
alive,
over there,
guys.
right?
Yeah, we're
No,
not
but
allowed.
this is just-
you're within earshot enough to where you can hear muffled conversation, so you can't exactly hear specifics, but you know they're conversating. You know that you can look over there and kind of see that things are going well because they are talking, but as far as any specifics, you're oblivious to.
So Mario and Britt, you're on your own, guys.
Oh.
You need to like ask the questions
Lost
and
her.
whatnot if there are any.
Let's see.
Got scared. She ran away.
I'll say I lost my partner here.
She said, "You two don't get short with me." And then she said,
Oh.
Got him.
I lost my light. I'm sorry. Michael moved it and it was wrong, and it was really bothering me because now it's dark.
Anyway, this is up to you and Albus at this point. So you guys gotta like get it together. Ask
Okay, so
questions.
The only information he has is that they weren't wearing basically anything out in the cold. And when he touched him, it burned him instead of freezing him. So cold enough to burn.
How do you know it's not one of you that has like a curse or spell or something?
Did he look like me?
Yeah, what did it look like?
Like I heard everything.
Okay, so I don't know what to ask. I don't know.
I asked, what did he look like again? The one who burned you?
So if you're, he kind of looks at you and says he looks human, but there's something about him that looked just enough off from being a human, and he couldn't quite place his finger on it because he's lived in Icewind Dale his whole life, so he's kind of a sheltered individual when it comes to different races, because mostly the people where he's from are completely human, so it's human enough for him to recognize it had human form, but there was also something just a little more about this individual, and he couldn't quite place his finger on it.
Okay.
But he's not as big as like somebody like you. Are there any races that we know about that would be like that? Like a White Walker?
White Walker.
Or Voldemort.
The Ice King.
He's back.
He has no nose. That's what's off about it.
And where was this? Where was he last seen?
So he kind of looks over to you and he says it's a place that we call Dugan's Hole.
Can you get me an exact drawing of where we could find this location?
Good question.
Mario, you're killing it with the questions.
Albus
Good
knows.
question.
Yes.
Good question.
And he says there are certain maps that the trade guilds have that could show you the location, but getting your hands on one of them is going to be a little difficult unless you're really close to the trade guilds.
Interesting.
Since he's hired us to stop this serial killer, does he have a map that he could give us so that we could accomplish the goal that he's hiring us to do?
Maybe he could come with us.
He kind of looks at you. He kind of looks at you and says, "What assurance do I have that the job's going to get done and you're not going to get there and get kind of persuaded to join his cause?"
To join that guy's cause?
Yeah.
That would be because of
I'm a fire being. I have no desire to be cold. Just saying.
Boom.
Roasted.
Roasted.
I mean, we're here to help.
And
That's why we've come to begin with. There's not a reason for us to have traveled all this way through this horrible weather to not actually accomplish the job that we're hired on to do. We wouldn't have come
And-
out here.
I love the weather.
Mike's like, beg to differ.
And he kind of shoots you a look, and he's like, he says, "That's a good point." And he's like, go back to your table, sit with your friends. He says he's gonna need at least a day or two. He bought you a place in the inn for each one of you guys to sleep in. He said, till the evening's done, the rounds of ale are on him. Just give him time to go get the map.
Yes.
Here we go.
Go.
All right.
So,
Like ale.
so if you accept, you know, like he says, if you accept my terms of 100 gold pieces, bringing him back alive is absolutely 100% the goal here. But if you kill him, then at least the problem's over half of it. And kind of, he just looks at you, kind of like inquiring whether or not you're actually going to like take the deal, or if it's just.
So before I say yes, because I don't want to speak for the entire group, I'm going to relay all of this information to all of my wonderful friends and ask them if they agree to the 100 gold if he's alive and 50 if he's dead. Tell them
I hear ale.
Did I hear money?
Really quick, just like a context question: is 100 gold a lot?
Right. Like, what's the economy like?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a.
So,
100 is a good.
for comparison, if you are wanting to travel and you're using a dog sled that can carry 300 pounds, so probably you'll need 2 or 3 dog sleds. That'll be about 50 gold pieces per person.
Okay.
So 100 is not a lot.
Really seems
Could
like
be
if this
asking
person is
for-
killing lots of people, then we should
Yeah.
get.
We should ask for more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we want 100 if we bring him back dead, and what? 200 if we bring him back alive?
No.
Double it?
I think we should also ask him to cover the cost of our dog sleds.
Price plus incidentals.
Yeah, we
So
usually
he
get
has
the
enough
reward
money.
plus our expenses should be covered.
If he has enough money to put us up in this place for a couple days and pay for all of our alcohol, he's obviously got money.
Yeah.
He's just working for this company. I'm kind of surprised that he has enough money to pay all of us that much to begin with. You know what I mean? Like he was working with a group of 6 other people working for this other company,
What if he's
Borgsillen.
what if he's kind of
Oh, why?
Can we
why
wait?
would
Who
this
has
guy not
insight?
kill him?
That's
insight?
that's very well a thing you could do.
Think I have insight.
That's
Or
a-
perception.
I have perception.
I have
plus
perception.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Where do you see if you have insight? Like, where do you have those things listed?
That would be our
It would be on your character sheet under like your abilities. It would be like acrobatics, animal handling, all of that, and then in insight would be in there.
I have plus 4
Bless you.
perception.
Dear God, are you okay?
You good?
That's the
Holy moly!
what?
Also have plus 4 to perception. But I've
I have
got
plus 6.
okay,
to
perception.
I have plus 6 to persuasion. So if we just want to persuade him to give us more, I could probably do that. How about what do you have?
We
Rita,
could
what do you
kill him.
have?
I
No.
have plus 6 for insight.
Alright, so
So Brita and I will go over with you, Britt. I think Mario has done his job.
Good job, Mario.
I'm going back to
Good
the
job.
bar.
Well done, you got the ale, short one.
We're gonna go over and like maybe Brita and I can like suss out if he has more money than he's letting on, or if like he's really extending his bounds at this point.
So what I want you to do, if that's what you want to do, I want you to give me. You're gonna use insight, correct? Or are you trying
Yeah,
to
Brita's gonna use
perceive it?
insight.
Okay. So I want you
Yes,
to
I have insight.
roll.
So.
I want you to roll me an insight check. Just one singular d20.
Okay, so is that something I do on the?
Yes.
you can do it on the roll.
Where do I
It's
do that?
Bottom left corner, there should be like a little red, like a dice with like a red circle around it. Looks like a polyhedron.
Polyhedral.
shape.
It looks like a d20.
Okay, wait. So. Okay, so that's on the D&D
You can
Beyond,
do it
or are we
on
doing
either? It does.
So
not
if
matter
you're on roll 20, what you can do is in the
Yes.
chat box down on the right hand corner, if you type slash roll
Okay.
space
Okay.
the letter D and then 20 and hit enter, it should roll you a d20 in chat.
We're gonna try this.
There you go. So you rolled
Ooh.
right. Oof.
That's
So-
not
Wait,
good.
doesn't she get her plus for insight?
Oh yeah, we didn't add your plus. What's your plus? Is it 4?
My plus is 6.
So 6. So a 9. Okay. So you get a slight feeling that maybe something's off about this guy. He his clothes are very minimal. He's got like a short cut off cuffed shirt. His clothing's kind of tattered. He kind of starts looking at you nervously, kind of like up and down, like moving his hands kind of like this at his sides, kind of just looking at you because you get a sense that he feels like you can kind of see through his BS. So, can you what?
Can I roll perception?
You definitely can roll perception if you'd like.
I totally want to, because I feel like
I think I know where you're going with this.
Okay, wait. So can I just roll?
Yeah, just roll.
Add? Is that what we're doing? Okay.
Yep. I trust that you're not going to be like, I rolled a nat 20 all the time, you know? It's fine.
No. 13 plus 6, so 19.
Oh.
And what are you trying to perceive about this guy?
If he's the guy who actually hired us?
Partly that, but I'm trying to see like how
I should have asked you.
no, I don't
before
think he's
you
a
rolled,
serial
but
killer.
I know.
I'll let it go this time. I'll let it go this time, but usually I'll ask before you roll. What's your question?
I had it and now it's gone. It's
Wah,
basically like can I perceive his motive? Like is it truly that? And then also like is he rich? Like is he really rich or is he poor? Where is he getting this money from? I get a lot of questions.
So you get a sense of this individual that he is in fact a very wealthy individual.
Oh.
Now, why would a wealthy individual be wearing the clothing choice that he did? You kind of look at him, and he's looking at you, and you're kind of looking at everybody, and like he can hear like murmurs from you, and they're like, yeah, you know, like I get a feeling like this guy has money. He's been here. You see that he has 8 tankards lined up on the bar that he's drunk. So obviously he's got coin. And he's kind of looking at you because you guys have been having these sidebar conversations, and he's trying not to seem like he's paying too much attention to what you're saying, but just enough that he feels like he knows what's going on.
Like why so nervous?
Is that something you're saying in character, or are you saying that on a sidebar?
That's a good question. I guess I'm saying that. Yeah, in character, I'm saying that.
Call him out.
Okay. So he looks at you and he says,
I am fiery.
He looks at you and he's still kind of like wrapping his fingers, and he's like, what do you mean I'm nervous? He's kind of just wrapping his hands, just kind of looking at you.
You mean you look nervous? So why are you nervous?
And he starts kind of shaking a little more, and you notice his eyes darting at the door, and this guy bolts off out of the bar, straight hauls ass out of the bar.
Yo.
Except
Intimidate guy.
that our paladin. No, wait. James is standing at the door. He can't just run out the door.
Clothesline him.
Oh wait, yeah, James, don't you have intimidate?
He's literally standing right
I
at the door.
do have intimidate.
James, stop that guy.
I do have intimidate.
Clothesline him. Take him down.
You guys should roll.
Yeah, my intimidation is +4.
What? My
Okay.
intimidation is +6.
Yeah.
You have a +6 intimidation.
Yeah.
That's
I,
Everything.
I took persuasion and intimidation. I accidentally took perception. I meant to take deception, so I have to change that.
I do know you said that earlier, so change that on your character sheet. If you don't know how, I'll change that, because I do remember you saying that.
I don't know.
Like, out of character, I do remember you saying that.
Peace and Korg roll to see if the Bash Brothers stop him before he runs out?
They can.
Yes.
For
So if
that?
They can.
So roll the die.
If he's
But explain to
bolting
me,
towards the door,
explain to me how you're going to do it. How are you going to stop a man who is dashing out of the door?
well, I'm obviously drinking ale, so I wasn't by the door, but I immediately just stand up after I see him running, and I start heading that direction. I can't stop him immediately, obviously.
And you like
Hopefully,
throw your mug of ale.
Oh yeah, I toss it.
And then
and I grab-
Peace can grab him.
Yeah, I grab my great sword and I start running towards that way.
So if you're going to try and throw a mug of ale at him to trip him up, right?
Yeah, sure.
If that's the first thing you're going to do, I want a dexterity check from you. Roll me-
no.
roll
Oh
me-
no!
roll me a
And
dexterity.
No.
Oh, I'm not drunk yet. I just rolled a natural 1.
Oh,
no!
man. Oh, you rolled a nat one. Hold up. Our first nat one.
Okay,
Right
but
here.
how many Peace should roll
F's in the
there?
chat. F's in the
Yeah, I'm a
chat.
little drunk.
F's in chat. Okay, so you throw this mug and kind of like make a grunt, and this mug just hits the wall and just slides down really slow. And meanwhile, this dude's still running, and you're standing there, pulling out your sword. Who's moving next? What's going on?
Peace.
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 What do you try to do?
Get
You're
him
close to the
holding
door
here.
and he's running out. You can think of anything you want to try to stop him.
trying to think what I'm good at.
You're like
Are you
right,
big?
right there.
Yeah,
Are you
You're
strong?
intimidating.
Smack
Use
him.
that.
Well, if he's big enough, he could just block the door physically, right?
For
Yeah, and
context,
stand in front of him.
for context, if you guys want to know, just because no one's thought to ask, so I'll just throw this out there for you. This gentleman that's bolting out the door is 5'10". So he's a pretty average height man. Probably about 140,
And how-
145 pounds.
Peace, how big are you?
I feel like Peace.
I was gonna say 6'2", but
Why is there a butt? Is that how tall you are?
I saw one and I just don't have
Why
it
is
in
there
the thing.
butt? Because he's born with it.
Eh?
So if you're 6'2",
Yeah.
then you're still taller than him.
Yes.
Stand in his way.
So I will stand in his way
Okay.
and just look at him and say,
No.
answer the question. Or answer the question or something along those lines.
Okay, so are you?
Yeah.
So you're trying to intimidate him into answering,
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
Okay,
correct.
so roll me an intimidation check.
Okay. So I have +4 intimidation. How do I roll in roll 20?
Okay, so it's gonna,
Roll D20.
or you could do /roll 1d20 plus 4, your modifier, and then it would put it all together.
If we roll in D&D Beyond, does it roll in
If you have the
Roll20?
extension installed on your browser, it will. That's what I was talking about earlier. That's what I use. Okay.
Within our 4 rolls, we've rolled a 1, 2, and a 3.
Okay. So this guy rolled kind of poor because he's already shaken up because he just had a mug thrown at him. He had 2 people just totally like sussing him out, and even though the intimidation isn't quite as intimidating as you want it to be, this dude's already scared out of his wits. So he kind of just like stops, but he like runs into you enough to where it kind of staggers you just a little bit, and you regain your footing, and he's standing face to face right in front of you. What do we do?
Can I yell at him to stop? And I
Oh,
intimidate him from the bar and be like, dude, where are you going? You're trapped.
So his attention is on the paladin now.
Yes, his
Because-
full
It's on you,
attention is
Keith.
on the paladin.
Is on the paladin.
Correct.
What can I use? Should I try to piece him to death? I mean,
You have +4 persuasion.
Piece him to death.
The-
Hey, buddy, why don't we just
persuasion.
turn around and go back to the bar?
Yeah.
I think he's freaking out.
Yeah. So persuasion. I want to
Yeah.
use. I want to persuade him
To
to
stay and talk a while.
stay and talk a while.
Okay, so what does that
'Cause I feel like
conversation
he's
look like?
violent
What is-
immediately.
What's that
Oh, that
conversation?
conversation would look like, "Hey, we're here to help you. Why are you running? We can help you get through this. We're one of the best in the biz. We have a giant over there drinking everything, and we got some elves with a lot of money. We got you."
Don't tell him about the money.
Oh yeah, don't tell them about the money yet. So, but we got you. Like,
Like,
yo,
he
don't
knows.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm one of the best paladins. Like, yo, you're good. You're good.
The best paladins in the paladin business.
Yeah.
And he
I'm an
kinda-
MBA in paladin.
Latest and greatest.
He kind of looks at you and he says, "What if what I'm tangled in is far beyond your comprehension? What if what's going on goes deeper than what you think it does?"
I say, have a nice day.
No.
Sue and I
As
were like, we can.
Then it's out.
a
She said-
researcher, with a sage background, that is not possible. In my opinion.
For it to be beyond you.
Yeah, because of my background. Yes.
Wow.
One's feeling very sure of himself.
Yes.
I'm gonna say I love how completely like sure of himself your character is.
Yeah.
Nice touch. I dig it. Very paladin-esque. And he kind of just looks and he says, "As to the reason I'm running, if you guys want to sit down and drink, I'll explain. But I have to be guaranteed that no matter what I have said, I am in no physical danger."
Guaranteed.
I mean, you can tell him whatever you want. Because we don't have to follow through on that. Sure, you're fine. Let's go to this
trusting us.
private
Yeah.
back room.
I'm
This
guaranteeing
is our
it.
only lead.
Yeah, I'm guaranteeing it.
I feel like at this point, Anitra would probably step in because she seems to be kind of a feelings type of person.
Yep.
Ooh.
Is that right?
I guess my question is, how much of this am I able to hear from where I have been left at the bar when he ran?
Another
So-
good question.
So from your table
Or
to
did I-
the door is about 10 feet, 15 feet. So you're pretty well within earshot of what happened at the front door. Like him running away, the conversation about maybe coming over and conversating, you guys trying to figure things out. You've heard that whole part of the conversation. What happened at the bar, you don't know anything about. Like right before he split,
Well,
like right before he bolted.
Well, I was with Lee at the bar, so I was there for that.
But I'm talking.
Mario.
What's that? What was that?
She was with me because Mario came back and Britt, myself, and
Oh
Alright,
yeah,
I
that's
don't know
right. I
their
thought
names.
Mario was at the bar. You're right. You're correct. So
we swapped out.
So you would know. You would
Yeah,
know.
so
But,
I know that there's something sus. Is that the word we're using, guys?
Sus.
It is.
Yep.
It is.
Is it
yes.
Among Us? Among Us?
Yeah, Among Us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if I've been able to hear what's happening at the door from where I am at the bar,
Mhm.
yes, okay, then I walk over and I add my assurances that we will listen to what he has to say, and
Be free from harm.
I will not harm him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we
So-
move this to like a back room so that we're not just like talking about the end of the world, like with everybody around?
Yeah,
call?
I can suggest that.
Well,
I can say, is there
Sounds
somewhere,
like something we should
is there
talk
somewhere more
about
private where we can talk?
And it's funny. It's funny that you bring that up because that kind of calms some of his anxieties because that was something he was going to bring up. There's actually an unused room in the back of the tavern that the owner lets people use. So he said if you want to move our conversations to there, I would feel more comfortable. So he kind of starts walking off, motioning for you guys to come with him.
So,
Okay.
everybody out.
Let's rock and roll.
Okay, so I guess Peace and I gather the rest of our people and we follow him to the back room.
Yep.
I grab my mug and follow.
A new mug.
I look around the room and see if there's anything good in there that I might want.
To just steal in the room.
I mean, I'm just looking.
Love that.
There's nothing wrong with looking. Is there
I
anything
have
in
some
there?
questions that I want answered. Like I have some concerns here. You're like the story doesn't make sense.
Peace offers peace to the guy. So.
Peace offers peace to the guy. What are some of the concerns? Because you're speaking in character, correct?
Sure.
Okay.
So concern number one.
Mhm.
This is supposed to be some big badass. Oh, sorry, family friendly. Oh, my mouth is not ever family friendly. Serial killer guy.
John, you're fine. I don't think Mario.
Oh, thank God.
Does Mario do you?
My house doesn't have a family friendly
trust me.
filter either.
No.
Doesn't say family
I was
friendly.
gonna say.
That's the way
I turned that off because I knew I was playing with you. You're fine.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Now I won't sweat anymore. Okay, so this is supposed to be some badass serial killer guy, right? And you're telling me that you come in contact with this fella and he like burns you with your hands. He just lets you walk away? This is a guy who enjoys killing. You got close enough that he put hands on you but let you walk away, and then you want to hire this group of you have nobility here. Like these are the Kardashians of the elven world, and you want to send these gals out to be killed by this guy for like 100 fucking gold? Does this make sense to anyone? Does this make sense to anyone? Your story doesn't make any sense.
To the woman.
You're not gonna kill him. Just calm down. I'm just saying.
That's beautiful.
You're gonna need more information before I'm gonna allow the Kardashian elves to like potentially be slaughtered by ice hands.
Oh gosh.
That was so good. So good. That was so good.
So many good
I
points.
concur.
I know, right?
First off, I love
I'm
that.
so glad.
Out of character, I love that. That was beautiful. And
I warned you. I tried. You're not ready.
I mean, but see, like, so far that's the best. That's just hands down the best so far. I love it. So he kind of looks back at you and he says, "What about me grabbing onto a serial killer and him letting me go doesn't make sense." He's like, "There's multiple people that could have came across the path. He already killed people. I'm the one with the burns on my hands, so if we were both to be caught, I could have just claimed it was a defensive thing. I could have easily gotten out of that."
Let you go, I think
He
is the
just let you
question.
walk away.
Well, I never
That's what I'm
said
trying to figure out.
Well, I never said he let me walk away. I mean, if you got burned by something, wouldn't you naturally run away from it?
So you ran?
Mhm.
That's why you're paying us?
I mean, you saw
like
me
a runner.
run from your comrades earlier, right? I'm rather swift.
He's a big pansy.
Yeah. I'm not known for my bravery.
It's fine. But if you're not going to be brave, you should probably pay people who are a little bit more money to get the job done.
Fair. And what kind of exchange did you have in mind? Since you seem to be the voice of the party.
For starters, we need our sleds are going to need to be covered,
All expenses need to be covered.
including crampons for all the girls.
I was gonna make like a, oh well, we have social medicine here, so those are free anyway kind of joke, but that might have been a little left field. But he kind of looks over at the tall towering Goliath and kind of says, even for this guy, is he getting a sled? Because I don't know if we have sleds big enough for him.
He's a big boy sled.
Do they come in 3X?
They come in 3X. And he
Large
says,
individual.
he says if it's a matter of sleds, he says the best way to accommodate you is I have a friend who has a stable of axe beaks. He says if you need transportation and you're willing to take this on, and I have to foot the bill, I'll get you axe beaks to ride around through the 10 cities.
The hell are axe beats?
So
Lots of
You said that.
axe beaks are like giant chickens with like beaks that look like axes.
Ooh.
Think of like a kokobo with a bill that looks like an axe.
Say,
Got
yeah.
it.
So it's a buckbeak with an axe for a beak. Got it.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm talking to a bunch of Harry Potter nerds.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Sorry, right?
You
got-
forgot.
We can have our very own buckbeak.
I got the Final Fantasy reference.
I mean, somebody would like actually like. That's what it looks like if you want something just to frame a reference.
I need a visual.
Oh hell yeah.
That's an axe beak.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So it's tauntaun.
What's that?
Okay.
Interesting.
So he said if it's a
Looks
matter
like a vulture.
Oh, good night, Steph.
So-
Thanks for hanging out.
so he said if it's a matter of transportation, I'll get you each and your own individual axe beak. But as far as the gold goes, 100 gold pieces he thinks is a pretty fair price.
So we're talking about all expenses paid plus 100 gold.
He said you say all expenses paid, and he kind of shoots a look at you and he says within reason.
Reason.
Okay, thoughts, guys?
I think that's fair, but I mean, what's up with
It's
his
not.
clothes too?
It's not fair. He's asking us to take all of the risk, and while he's offering to cover expenses, 100 gold apiece is
That's
unreasonable.
Going
For
up with,
having
like,
to
a
know
suit.
that risk we're taking to our own lives.
Zeus said he hasn't told us everything he knows either.
So I suggest
So
that
he told us-
we take a pause on haggling over the price until we know more information.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you told us how this serial killer killed people? You were with 6 others when he struck, right?
Yes, correct.
What did you see? How did they die?
He said it happened too fast for me to make sense of it, but all I saw was what looked like the glimmer of a steel blade against the backdrop of snow and what looked like white swirling flashes of light. Something so esoteric he hasn't ever seen it before. So he's kind of fumbling to describe exactly what it is because he hasn't seen such sort of seemingly arcane things happen before. He's a pretty mundane guy.
It's magical.
Did the other people die that were with you?
Yes.
Did they die right away?
So the strike was an infinitely like one strike they dropped just dropped.
Did they have did it look like they had been mauled, or did they just, was there a lot of blood? Did they just die fast?
And he kind of looks at you as if he's trying to like remember things, and he said that's the weird part about this is there was absolutely no blood around.
So, would this be similar to what happened at Korg's tribe? Would I be kind of perking up? Was this the same thing that happened to?
Yeah, would it sound familiar to him?
I don't know if this is the same.
Well, give me an insight check. Roll me some insight.
Better be better than a 1. Oh my gosh, I just rolled a 1 again.
He just
You
rolled a
don't
1.
That die is weighted, bro.
Alright. Dice.
Do you have a plus? Oh,
Probably
What's
not
your
on insight.
modifier?
I got a +1. So I have 2.
damn.
So, sidebar question: does anybody else know what happened in your tribe?
Or just you?
I feel like the
Uh,
elves would know something.
I'm the lone survivor of the tribe. I
Okay,
was
and you
out
haven't-
like and came back.
you haven't talked to
Oh.
anybody in the group.
Yeah, I probably had some ale and shared the story of this.
And we have heard stories. That's why we're concerned, because we're seeing some of the early signs, like disappearances, unexplained disappearances of people from our area. It's kind of the, I guess, that would be the early warning sign, and that's why we're concerned. But I guess maybe we don't know.
Does that sound similar? Does what happened here sound similar
Was
to
I
what you
drinking
guys
too
are
much?
seeing?
Was I drinking too much? Because I was like, I don't feel like I remember that conversation, but okay.
You did have a lot to drink.
No,
it
I
wasn't anyone's fault, though.
I definitely.
Especially not Denna, who was buying me all those drinks.
Nope. Me.
See, I personally feel like if you were banded together for so long, I feel like there's at least 2 individuals in this party that would have at least coaxed some kind of story out of you about it. I
think the criminals have an interest in knowing who they're working with.
I feel like that's a very plausible thing, so I feel like maybe if somebody else wants to roll an insight, I'll let them. Because I feel like that would be a very plausible thing for somebody else to be like, hey, you know, maybe they didn't catch it, but you caught it. Like, that kind of sounds familiar, but...
Ren,
Maybe
what's
I
your
talked to her.
insight? Britt, what's
Say
your...
what you're saying, Mom.
I was thinking maybe I talked to the paladin for some spiritual guidance through my
Ooh.
tragedy.
Does it have to be insight that we're rolling?
The paladin has a
My
+5
insight
history.
is only
Depends.
Just
It
have a-
depends on how you want to go about doing it. If you can tell me how you'll go about doing it using something else, I'll entertain that thought for sure.
I have +5 history.
What's the difference to perception and insight? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
So insight would be more of like a situational thing, like you have the insight into a thing, whereas perception is like you're perceiving the
It's
action
more like motive.
of somebody. Yeah, exactly.
Motive versus observation.
There you go. That's an even better way of putting it. Somebody which is an English major.
Actually, no.
I have +6 insight.
Okay.
And I feel like it would make sense if we're concerned about the same thing happening to our area as elves, we want to know about the last surviving person who had his entire area
Decimated. That's true.
Okay. I'll let you make that check if you want.
Okay, so I will roll. Okay, so I let me see if I can figure this out. So I do roll D20
Slash-
and then
Yeah,
slash
so-
roll space D20 and then how do I add my bonus in, or do we just do the math ourselves?
Plus whatever you put the plus sign plus whatever your bonus is. I don't know if you have to put a 1d20 plus your modifier or not. I don't know if it's fickle like that.
Guess we're gonna find out. Okay, so
An 11.
I rolled a 5 plus my 6 is 11.
An 11.
We are rolling.
I am.
low
I am
tonight.
I'm kind
broken.
of scared for when you guys actually get into combat.
Oh no.
I
We have a
know,
low
we're
roll
getting
count
Right
now.
now, go get yourself some dice.
I am terrified.
All
So
these low rolls out of the way.
how would you bring that up to the gentleman you're speaking to? Like
Oh,
what
so I'm
use would that be
noticing-
to?
I'm sorry, can you like
So what
You
you're
try to
saying is like the story he's describing sounds a lot
Yes.
similar to the disappearances and maybe the stuff that's starting to happen in your kingdom or what have you. So what benefit does that have to you in the moment?
Like, what benefit does the knowledge have to me?
Yeah. Like in knowing that, like, are
I
you
mean, it
going to try and leverage something or?
Okay, it could be because I'm really, really tired, but I'm not entirely sure what you're asking me to theorize and create.
Well, so you know that this sounds a lot similar to Korg's story. I did get the name correct, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Korg.
So you
Yep.
you realize that it's a lot similar to his story. He doesn't know that because he hasn't caught on.
Okay.
So is that something you're going to keep
Right.
for yourself, or are you going to like say, hey, I've heard this tune before, and then kind of like use that as like a driving force to pull him into the conversation too, because maybe he knows something that could be of benefit to you guys, like.
Okay. I think I'll ask a question about the other deaths. So we know he was already tracking. Okay, so you were with a band of people tracking the serial killer, and you're the only one who survived, and you witnessed their death.
Mhm.
How did you already know that he was a serial killer, and how did you know that one, that there was a serial killer, and two, that he was the killer himself? What information had you already gathered in order to ascertain that yourself?
So he kind of looks at you, and he kind of like darts his eyes over to you and kind of pauses for a brief moment, and he says, the spell swords that I told you that came off of the Sword Coast kind of have brought tales from their adventures on kind of what the gentleman looked like and his demeanor, and really without any knowledge, I kind of just put it together. It was kind of right place, right time. I really wasn't completely certain, but I had my suspicions. Kind of was watching this gentleman while he was going through town. He kind of seemed a little sus to me, if we want to use that word. And I decided I was gonna. It's not out of character for me to go with caravans of traders and stuff. So I kind of put myself in a position to maybe where I could validate that story. So he wasn't 100% certain on anything.
So you only after you confronted him and you burned your hand by grabbing his arm, did you confirm that he is the killer, because you then saw him kill your comrades?
Yes, after he had struck them down, I had no other choice but to assume that that was an individual that would kill. You kill more than one man. That's kind of a nail in a coffin, so to speak. So I was grabbing him to grab his sword, and when I grabbed his arm, he burnt my hands.
And his victims who were your friends, their bodies were unmarked. They looked unharmed except for the fact that they were dead, and this matched up with the previous stories you had heard of victims.
Yes, that is correct.
Anitra, this kind of sounds like that story you were telling me about. Mike's homeland. Like, do you want to ask him about
this
that?
does really seem
Korg?
similar. I know that we talked about this, and I was happy to hold your confidence before now, but I think for the sake of the group and for the mission, you should tell more about your land and your people.
Well, are you saying that this man knows the lead of who killed my tribe?
That's what I'm starting to believe, yes.
All right. Well, I stand up and immediately draw my sword and point it right at his face.
Yeah.
And he kind of jumps back a little bit and says, what's your problem? And kind of just like scowls at you.
Hey man, we all agreed that, you know, like, this is drunk Rory, by the way, speaking. We all agreed that this guy was gonna be like free from harm and stuff, because we need information to like get this show on the road. So like, let's chill. All right, Korg, chill.
There's a lot of talky, and I'm ready to slicey. You know more than you're telling us. Give us all information. We do not hold our end of the deal.
Korg, I think you should take a step back. Have another tankard of ale. Our new friend here is paying for all of the ale that you would like, and just give him a chance to tell more of his story.
Yes, I do like it.
And he
Let's sit.
he kind of like looks over Korg like sitting down, and he's pretty nervous. He's pretty shaken up by, you know, having a sword in his face. And he kind of looks at you guys, and he's like, okay. He's like, I do have more information than what I've been telling you. He says, I've tracked the hideout, but I didn't want to tell anybody unless I was absolutely certain that they were willing and able to help me. He said, but before this proceeds, we need to find out. We need to come to an agreement on what's going to happen. He said, the more information that I can give you for now is that there's actually in Torg's hideout, he suspects that the caravan, all of their goods are being hoarded there, and he said anything that you find in a cart or anything that's left out there just shy of what he has on his person is free game for you.
Dude.
Okay.
We go.
And the spy and the criminal stuff.
But also like, just shy of what's on your person? No, homie.
They're like, actually, we finna take your
Though.
greaves. We want your greaves.
Wait, so he just said that as part of the agreement, we can have his worldly belongings, everything that's not on his person. Is that what he just said?
Yes.
That's okay.
That is how desperate to get rid of this that this gentleman is.
And he's just proven that he's lying to us because he keeps telling us he doesn't know anything else, and then he gives us more information when we push for it. How do we know he's not just trying to get rid of us and there's something on his, you know, cart or whatever is outside that's gonna harm us?
I'm worried that he's sending us, like, why are you so desperate to send us out there? I guess I'm worried about Lee and Brita, Rory and Nitra, because they're like elven nobility.
They don't fight.
Well, I'm wondering, like, why does he want them to go? It concerns me that he's literally sending them off to be murdered. Like, are you the good guy, or are you sending them off to slaughter? Are you laughing?
Of course he's gonna say he's the good guy.
No, I mean, I understand. I'm thinking this through in my head. It just doesn't, it concerns me that we're playing into this, and Rory and Anitra are the targets. If he's trying to take out an entire, like, race of people, and the high ups, wouldn't that'd be a problem? Like, should we be more concerned about their safety?
If there's a lot of people who are getting murdered by this serial killer, how come he's the only one who's hiring someone to go after him? Like, where's the rest of the angry or worried people? Like, what is it about this person that has made him so invested in this that he's hiring us?
And is that
what does he get out of it?
Is that a question you're asking him in character, or are you just thinking aloud amongst the party?
I'm asking him, what do you get out of this? Why do you care so much? You got away from him already. Why are you trying to find him again?
And he kind of looks at you and he says, because there's something, or rather someone, that was in that caravan that was very dear to me.
Oh. There's the tea, ladies and gentlemen.
Would you care to elaborate?
And he kind of looks over at you and he says, for the most part, I'll spare the details, but just to tell you that they are of blood relation to me, and I think the situation that they fell in is a rather unfair circumstance. And he just kind of looks at you with almost lifelessly dead eyes.
Daughter is the Frostmaiden.
So the dude took everything from you. So that's why you're giving everything up.
That's crazy.
And he kind of just looks and he says, if it's someone that you're blood related to, that's a certain kind of love that no material things on this plane of Earth can buy. He says, I would willfully give up everything I have just to see how it finishes it.
That explanation makes sense to me.
I can relate to that. I'm ready to ride the chicken.
The tauntaun.
Okay. When do we leave?
And he kind of looks at everybody and he says, "We can leave as soon as everyone's given me consent." He said, "I haven't." Kind of looks at everybody and he's like, "I know I haven't been exactly forthcoming in everything that this is about, but." He's like, now before we leave, I'm going to tell you that my coffers right now, after buying everything and the likes, he's like, I have a sizable amount of gold, but I do have a house here in the 10 cities that you guys are more than welcome to take if you want. He says, I'm good friends with the tavern keeper. He's got a cot in the back that if this is all through, I'm more than fine laying on. And he says, all of that's yours if you help me with just this one thing. And if you're ready to go, just tell me you're ready to go, and then we can leave now. I actually have the map outside in a bag.
I'm ready.
I suggest that if we are all in agreement that we want to embark upon this quest, that we retire for the evening, get a good night's sleep, and wake up sober and energized before we embark upon a laborious journey.
Fine, buzzkill.
And Rory, you're not allowed to have any more drinks tonight.
Cut off.
It says you cut off.
So everybody.
So hard being the younger sister.
So everybody's getting their last drinks or whatnot, and I'm still wondering how he has the map when earlier we were told that he had to get it from a trading company.
Wise.
Way better memory than I have.
I think we still have reservations.
Yeah.
But
we don't say anything.
But we're not gonna. I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
I would just sit tight.
Are these reservations that you might think about overnight and then bring up in the morning?
Exactly.
After
exactly.
Good
maybe
call.
talk goblin or.
I would probably do sidebar conversations, one-on-one afterward. See where everybody's.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't speak up right now.
Yeah. So this would be amongst us. And some of us.
I would not object to the job right now.
Okay, so we sleep.
Yep.
We leave. Ride at dawn.
We ride the chickens at dawn.
A tauntaun.
All right,
You have my
so
bow.
are we
And
also
my
at a good stopping point for actual sleep in real life?
We are at a
Yes.
great stopping point right now, to be honest.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And we're doing this bi-weekly, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
That's
Yes.
what everybody agreed on. I just wanted to make
And
sure there wasn't a
and the thing is like I know Icewind Dale, like in the first chapter and a half, is more roleplay than it is combat. So just bear with it, because knowing what I know and like where everything's going, this is gonna be super fantastic. But like this campaign kind of eases you into the roleplay, because roleplay in this manner becomes super necessary even in combats later on.
Yeah.
So don't get discouraged that there's not going to be enough like let's rip somebody's throat out and you know what I
No,
mean?
no.
No, this is fun.
I like this
No, I
part.
like the challenge.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to
but-
flame
Yeah,
out
and
some
I'm
fools.
not like a super fighter anyway, so and I think getting some good practice in for figuring out role playing is good, because most of us are noobs.
Well, see, and I like that some of you pay attention to some of the things I say, because I obviously have a book in front of me, but
Mhm.
I say things too, just to see if people catch things.
Yeah.
And I like how different things people catch. It's interesting to see like what different things people are like. Wait, you said this, but did that? You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's what's
Good
up.
group, guys.
Thanks for being the DM.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
No,
sure.
thanks
Yeah,
for
thank
chilling
you.
and hanging out.
Awesome.
Hopefully you guys are having fun.
Oh,
No.
thanks for
So
walking
much
us
fun.
through the whole character
This is
Uh,
definitely the easiest
building and all this stuff.
campaign we've been in.
Oh, for sure. See, and that's why I told everybody I'm an unconventional DM, because like we could have jumped straight to battle if we wanted to, but then you wouldn't get all of your stories tied in together, because now it's piecing together, right? Like
Right.
Mhm.
Korg and the elves, and I like to do that
Get
because
out.
then there creates this sense of like togetherness,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can create this sense of, well, we were together,
I
but
agree,
now that
Brandon.
there's 15,000 gold pieces in front of my face, you know,
Yeah.
just creates
Yeah.
an interesting atmosphere.
It's nice that you have a group of creatives to
Oh,
do it with, because a lot of people have come to Mike and I and been like, I want to play D&D, and because they saw it on Stranger Things,
Oh,
and we're like, I don't think you know what you're getting yourself
Or-
into.
or like what bugs me as a DM, like when you come in and people are like, I've seen Critical Role, I know how this is, and I'm like, they're professional voice actors, right?
Yeah.
And writers,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's not how this works. If I'm not even half as good as Matt Mercer, I wish I was, because
I don't think anybody can be as good as Matt Mercer. for
no,
being
not at
honest,
all.
Honestly.
I want to
Honestly.
meet him. I
He's
just want
also
to like,
got like 20 years of experience, so
I want to
like,
just set my gaze upon his luxurious hair.
he gives good hugs. I will
But
say that.
But I mean that's kind of that's what's cool about D&D to me, is like there's combat, but there's also role play, and it's kind of, I like to do a little bit of everything for everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
For sure.
And I mean,
That's
axe
awesome.
chickens. Who doesn't like axe chickens, right?
Chocobos.
Yeah.
Right?
Apparently, we all have our own hippogriffs. I'm very excited. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
hippogriffs.
I bet you that's a thing.
Gosh.
Harry
Oh my
Potter,
gosh,
Dungeons
you
and
guys.
Dragons. I bet you. There's gotta be
I'm
a
sure it
Harry Potter
is.
game.
Somewhere.
There's got to be a TTRPG of Harry Potter.
Oh hell yeah.
If you
Yeah.
It's
find
gonna be like a
it, we
homebrew or
would run
something.
it so hard.
yeah,
Even if not, like it would be so easy to make like a one-shot Harry Potter TTRPG.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe
Yeah,
we
there's
could do
a
it for
lot of
like a holiday or something.
That would be
That'd
fun.
That'd be
Harry
kinda
Potter's
cool.
birthday.
One shot of it and have it be
We
a
could in
charity.
July.
That would be pretty cool. But anyway, I'm gonna go check on the wife and probably go cook because I'm a little hungry. But it was super
Good
fun.
idea.
That's a good idea.
And I got
I-
to sleep.
I appreciate you guys being as like into it as you are. It looks like everybody's having fun.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be getting
Yeah.
with a couple other of you throughout the week, coming
Sounds
weeks or
good.
whatever. There's some more information that I want to like drip feed you guys individually to
Mm.
Okay.
kind of add some more stuff. But other than that, like, we'll see you
Sweet.
guys.
If you
I'll see
guys
you
have
guys
a
on the next
preference
one.
on where he messages you, you can put
Yes.
it in general.
Yeah,
so that
definitely.
he's not just DMing you on Discord and you don't see it, James.
Hey,
I just
you know.
I just want to make it clear that the next D&D is like 2 days after my birthday, so like
Oh.
I'm super amped for that.
That should be a
So
fun
what
night.
you're saying is somehow you have to find a birthday shiny.
I would love that, but you know,
maybe
I'm
like
not
I
gonna
don't
make
know.
amends for it.
Maybe like a party hat that's like a 1 day use party hat that makes it to where you don't have to do like Constitution saving throws in the cold or something.
That would be so great.
Yes.
That'd be pretty
Party
funny.
favors.
We got you a free glass of ale and a cupcake at the inn.
Right. All right. You
Yes.
guys take care. It's been super fun.
All right.
Thank
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Bye,
Edgar.
guys.
Good night, everybody.